How's it guys, and welcome back to another episode of Game On Garage. Today we'll be servicing the Volvo. So first thing first, we need to get some parts. Now that we have all the parts, we can start off by checking a few vital fluid levels while waiting for the engine bay to cool down a bit. The coolant seems a bit low, but it's still a good concentration of antifreeze. So for now, we can just add some water. Just so we get it to the max line. If we ever do have to refill again, we will use the antifreeze again to keep the concentration the same. There we go. The brake fluid is still perfectly between min and max. And just in case, we're going to top up the windscreen washer fluid. Alright, next thing to do is change the air filter. To change the air filter, we're going to need a flathead screwdriver and then of course our replacement air filter. Just undo all 6 of these bolts. To get more access to get to the last bolt, we're going to remove some plastics. Much better. Okay, with all the bolts removed, we can unclip the airflow meter. And get the old gunky filter out of there. Like you can see, it's well past its prime and definitely time for a change. Let's see how the old and the new filter compare. And that's why you'll service your car on time. There's no way you're going to get optimal airflow through these gunk. Alright, just pop the new one in there. Remember to redo all the clips that you disconnected and then just put the bolts back in. With that done, and while all the covers are off, it's a good idea just to have an overall inspection of the hoses, the pipes, just see that everything is still tight, nothing's rattled loose, everything's still in good acceptable condition. Right, everything seems fine over here. Next up we can do the oil. To get to the oil drain plug, we'll have to jack up the car. Always remember your jack stand. Safety first. Now that we're under the car, we have to remove this bottom cover. So with the cover out of the way, it's time to get something closer as the oil's coming out. Remember, the oil is hot, so be careful not to burn. Removing the dipstick or the oil filler cap allows air to come in and the oil might drain a bit better. To get to the oil filter housing right over there, I removed the intake pipe and using a 27 mils socket, I got the oil filter housing off. Okay, careful, there might be some oil spilling over there. And then we just need to replace the dirty filter over there with a brand new one. As you can see, it's clearly time for a change. Okay, so you just need to get the oil O-ring off. And before you put on the new one, just give it a slight smear of oil so it seals optimally. And there we go, the new filter is ready to go back in the car. So you seat the new filter in the housing and then screw it back on. Be careful not to damage or knock off any of these vacuum lines or electric cables. With all the oil drained out, you can put back the sump and fill her up. This 2-litre diesel engine takes 5.5 litres of oil, so I know it will take this whole 5 litre at least. With the oil all topped up, we can put back the bottom cover and drop the car down. After running the car for a minute or two, it's always good to just check the oil. There we go, bang in the middle. With all the dirty work completed, the last thing to do is to reset the service indicator. So we're going to press and hold the trip reset button, turn the ignition on, and wait for the yellow warning light to start blinking. There we go. Then we can release the button and turn off the ignition. Alright guys, so that was just a quick video on how to service and take care of your diesel motor. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down and tell me why. Alright guys, so that was a quick.
So this is what happens when you lose your stuff. Then you have to go search for it with your flashlight on your phone. Are you finding it, Eckhart?
No, this thing's gone, bro.
No, bro, you have to find it, bro.
Why always me?
And we are still searching for it. It's gone. Is it gone, Eckhart? Tell us, is it gone?
It's gone now.
No, search, look, where? Woo! We found it!
Now that we have all our parts, let's start by checking a few vital levels. Stop, Mom.